Today I want to chat about my Kelly 28. It's going to be a 5 years review of my Kelly 28 and the things to avoid to preserve your Kelly in the best condition possible. Please guys, stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oksana. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Today I want to chat about my Kelly 28. This is my first quarter bag offer from my local boutique and I'm gonna do 5 years review of this beautiful handbag. Sorry guys, I had like all of a sudden burst of cough. I think I'm catching some kind of cold or something. I definitely feel a little bit under the weather, but I guess it's a season. Nevertheless, let's talk about my Kelly. It's exactly 5 years since I got this beautiful handbag, and this is thanks to my very first essay from local Hermes boutique. I will never forget him. He in fact offers me so many gorgeous things. At that time I didn't even realize how valuable those things, but you know, you live and you learn. Anyway, as I said, I always gonna remember him in good words. This is Kelly 28 noir or black in Epsom leather with gold hardware. I know when it comes to Epsom leather, it's kind of like, you know, you have two polarized camps. Some people absolutely love Epsom leather and some people not hate, but they think that it's not the best leather from Hermes. I personally comp Hermes Epsom leather because I think it's one of the most durable leather, and I learned to love and appreciate this leather in time, because the first time when I get an offer of this beautiful handbag, I maybe even include the clip, you know, the very first time when it was like, you know, being offered me from the box, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was extremely excited, but at the same time I catch myself thinking like, you know, I'm a little bit underwhelmed, like, you know, of the quality of the leather, because when it's a brand new, it's extremely stiff, extremely stiff. Again, I have Birkin in Epsom leather, and when it's retourné, and I guess the Birkin has a little bit like retourné style, has a little bit less structure compared to Salier, it feels much softer. But when it's Salier structure, I feel like maybe they do some kind of extra layers, you know, to support the leather to make it like really structured. It feels so extremely stiff, but the more you wear it, the softer it gets. I'm not saying that I wear this bag as like often enough. I should wear more often. In fact, I just recently did videos that this year this bag gets a little bit neglected. I don't really wear it as much, but just recently I had my visit to Van Cleef boutique, and I wore this bag, and again I realized why I fell in love with this bag. Saying all that, there is a pro and there is definite con to this bag, and if you're thinking of buying this bag, you definitely have to know these pro and cons, because at the end of the day, this bag extremely expensive, and I'm gonna reveal the price that I personally paid in 2020. It's in Canadian dollars. Boutique price of this handbag is I believe it was I will put it somewhere over here if I made mistake, but I believe it was 11,500, or it was 10,500, and with the taxes and everything it turns out to be 11,500. I will put it over here, the exact numbers, so that it's not going to be like, you know, just a bubble without the numbers. And even at this price it's really expensive, but if you compare it to nowadays prices, because for 11,000 I think you can't even buy mini Lindy right now. So it's definitely an increase in price, even for the Hermes, though they are saying that Hermes doesn't really increase their prices as much in the boutique directly. But in the latest year, they're actually quite a bit jumping in prices year to year. Because before they were always increasing just 1%, 2%, but nowadays they're increasing 5%, 10% year over year. So it's getting really expensive, even from the boutique. Not that it was before. Not as expensive. And I'm really like, for the first handbag I was requesting Salier, and I think many people requesting Salier for the first bag, because you know it keeps the structure quite well. And I was open to any kind of leather, because clearly it was my first handbag, but I'm so glad that it's Epsom. I'm gonna bring a little bit closer, and in fact I intentionally didn't wipe, didn't clean up the bag, so you can see it as it's in original state. If you like gonna look really close enough, you may see some kind of like little bit of the, not dirt, but some like, you know, smudges that maybe needed to clean up, being cleaned up. But overall, 5 years old bag in absolute pristine condition. I don't have protective plastics. I already removed them, so most likely it will be some kind of scratches, especially on this hardware, and I will go over why there is major scratches on this hardware. I will talk to you about this furthermore. I usually don't wear any of my lockers clochettes. I only wear my strap, and I usually wear some kind of charm, especially this one is black on black, so I wear it. Let me just put this away, because there's dust bags and everything. So that's how it looks like inside. I have my Zumoni organizer. The day I got this bag, I got my Zumoni organizer, and this was the regular Zumoni organizer. What I did, actually, I trimmed it off edges, because edges were double rolled, and I find that they are a bit thick, and I was worried that they might be change the shape of the bag. But nowadays I think Zumoni, they are doing even thinner version without any double edge rolling. They're really improved their games. By the way, I have Zumoni coupons, OxanaLV, please use it for 20% off. From the day I got my bag, from the first day I was using my Zumoni organizer, and the bag is in absolute pristine condition. Everything is in absolute pristine condition. I love everything about the bag. Inside I have chèvre leather, and this is the chèvre leather, not the smooth one. It's like, I think it's the chèvre mesure or mesure, I don't know how to properly pronounce it. It's one of those structured leather, and it's very durable. So overall, bag in absolute pristine condition, in absolute pristine condition. Before I proceed with saying the things that you should be aware of the bag, I want to show you my Aelysee bag charm. I talk about this Aelysee bag charm in my videos about my Max Mara codes. I'm gonna link that video. In that video I was talking in more details, but right now I just want to show you how it's like beautiful packaging, actually. Beautiful jewelry box right there. I just want to show you how I wear this gorgeous charm on my, because I think it's the cutest things ever. Let me put my glasses on so that I can see. I absolutely love it. I know that the easiest way you can actually wear it on this hook. See how pretty? Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, I have a coupon for 12% off. I choose black on black because I find that it's kind of like not as stark. If you're gonna choose gold, it's kind of almost blends with the black, and gorgeous black zircons, like absolutely perfect. But my favorite things to wear it, you can either wear it just right here, so in this way, especially if you wear twillies, so the kind of it sits right on top of the twilly and protect your bag from any possible scratches, but just give that kind of like, you know, echoing of the rodeo. Absolutely love it. Or if you have Pegasus, it also will work. And the last one, that my favorite, how I personally love to wear it, it just on the top of your rodeo or Pegasus, just like that. See how cute? OMG, I love it. I absolutely love it. So again, I use my code. It gives you 12% off, especially right now before the Christmas season. I think it's a gorgeous gift for anyone who obviously into Hermes. You don't have to put exactly on Hermes handbag. I think any bag will look really gorgeous with this absolutely stunning charm. As I said, you can even use it on your zipper, like, you know, your jacket zipper. You can use it on the loop of your denim. It's absolutely the cutest things ever. I love it, love it, love it. So it's, again, it's from Aelysee. Absolutely love this charm. There you go, guys. So please use my code if you decided to shop at Aelysee. I will definitely appreciate your support to my channel. So let's continue. As I said, there is a few things that you have to be aware. And this is a bit, some of the things more specific to Sylvestre style, because obviously Return style has its own little bit of the issues. But when it comes to Sylvestre style, I find the #1 issue for me personally, and I learned to kind of train myself how to use this bag, because previously you can even see little bit, it's here, like one of the corner lifted little bit higher, because when I was using the bag, like for example, it's on my shoulders or even like that, I was just lifting one corner. And I noticed eventually this corner goes down and this corner a little bit lifted. So right now I train myself, if I need to get something from the bag, I either hold it properly, lifting the full flap, or even I'm holding at the button and lifting the full flap. So if you're gonna get into the habit of like, you know, lifting one side, eventually you will see that your flap will get kind of crooked. So try to avoid that. The second things, again, if you're trying to close or open your bag when you're just holding like that or on the strap on your shoulders, quite often when you're trying to, like, you know, put this oh, I forgot the name of this part of the hardware, never mind. When you try to go over this hardware, again, you can scratch the inner part of the hardware quite enough, and the front of this hardware also enough. What I'm doing nowadays, I'm just kind of holding like that and kind of pulling the sangles first and then holding and then only kind of closing, because if you try just to close, quite often you're straining the bag, so it's not advisable. The next things, be aware if you're planning to wear this bag as a crossbody, because the strap is not long enough. Even if you're gonna get substitute strap and you're gonna wear it as a crossbody, quite often your handle will lean forward. I don't use as a crossbody, so my handle doesn't lean forward as much. But be aware of that. I only use on the shoulders or just like, you know, on crook of my arm or just holding like that. So be aware if you like the crossbody handbag. The next things, again, it's specifically for Salier. Be aware of the corners. I'm very cautious of the corners, so my corners are in pristine condition. But if you wear it on your shoulders and you kind of going swinging up left, you can easily bump into the things and you can damage your outer corners for sure. So beware of that. Again, if you're like to wear lots of cream and lotions on your hands, be aware, because you may get a bunch of stains on the flap, because when you're opening and closing there is a potential, or even holding, like, you know, like that at the bottom when you're supporting your bag. So again, you may get the fingers mark, especially in the summertime when you wear lots of sunblock. And it's happened to me. I clean my handbag and it goes away quite nicely. That's the beauty of Epsom leather. That's why I love Epsom leather. Often when it's dark color, you don't really need the twillies because it's not going to show dirt much on your handle, but it's definitely preventing, it's protecting also the handle from kind of wear overall of the leather. Not like in the lighter color of the bag, it's definitely preventing from getting dirty, but in darker color, because the dirt doesn't show as much, it's also preventing wear out of the leather itself, because like obviously the hands get sweaty, you know, when you're holding like that, the leather also may get softer and not as nice looking. Some people like to keep the stickers. It's a personal choice. I have nothing against that. In fact, some of my Birkins still with the stickers. I still have one Constance that with the sticker. I eventually will pull off that sticker, but for now it's still with the sticker. I have nothing against that. Some people like to keep the sticker because it's protecting the hardware from the scratches, but then you don't really see the beauty of absolutely gorgeous hardware because it's kind of clouded under the sticker. But if you pull the stickers, clearly you're gonna get scratches. It's unavoidable. The good things about Hermes, they actually repair their own handbags, and you can always replace the hardware to brand new, or like clean your handbag, you know, replace some of the parts if it's getting damaged, etc. So overall, as I said, these things you have to be aware, especially like, you know, keeping the top flat, not crooked, because it gets crooked very easily if you just pull in on one side. Overall, do I think it's easy bag to use? In Salier style, not as easy. And again, I have it in size 28. I still want to get size 25, but I know in size 25 it's even more difficult because the opening is so tiny. In size 28, the opening is quite generous, so it's not difficult to retrieve your items, but still you have to kind of like, you know, open wide enough. And if you don't want to get some of those creases, you may be more cautious, but overall it's comfortable enough. You know, I wouldn't say that it's not comfortable. The only one thing is not comfortable if you like to kind of, and I'm not talking about locking completely with the sangles and clochette and everything, just even like that, you know, locking on the front hardware, it still takes a little bit of effort, you know, to lock like that. It just takes a little bit of effort. It's not as hand-free, let's say. You still need to use two of your hands, or even place it on some kind of surface for easier closure. That's the definitely I would say the most uncomfortable things, but overall it's a beauty. It's a timeless, it's classy, there is nothing else to say. And sometimes people say because Hermes has so many gorgeous colors, some people say don't get Hermes handbag in black color. I am very, very respectfully disagree. I do have handbags, Hermes handbags in my collection in colors, and I love them, but you cannot beat this beauty in black color. It's as classy as it gets, as classy as it gets. I don't mind to get Kelly 25, and previously I thought that I want to get Kelly 25 again in Salier. Now I kind of changing my mind. I want to get Kelly 25 if it's possible in Retourné, and ideally I actually want to get with the palladium hardware, kind of a little bit more on casual setting. Absolutely love to get that bag, but you never know. Let's see what's gonna happen. So that's my 5 years review of my Kelly 28. What a beauty, what a beauty. And as I said, it's my first offer from my local boutique, and you know, my first essay. I will never forget that young gentleman. He was really nice to me. He was really nice to me. So that's about it for today. If you guys have any questions, if I didn't answer some of your questions, please do not hesitate. Ask your questions and I will answer, because I know these handbags, they cost a lot of money, and you don't wanna, you know, invest in something when you're not 100% sure, or worse, when you buy something and you learn that you don't really love it, because it's not a couple of thousands to invest, it's like lots of money to invest. So that's about it for today, and I will see you on my next one.